Hello, today's video is going to be making homemade yogurt, and we're going to be using raw goat milk that I pick up every couple of days from a friend of mine who has a Toggenburg goat. And I have a whole bunch of it now because she now has 2 goats that are producing milk. So we're going to try our hand at making some homemade yogurt using the Instantpot. Now you have to have an Instantpot that has the yogurt feature. So what I'm going to do first, and this is just, Gabe, can you open that for me? This is just from doing some research and on some videos, is the first thing that you do is you take your filtered goat milk and you want to put it into the Instantpot, and we're going to do about a gallon. Here, can you go ahead and open this one too?
Wait, each jar is half a gallon?
Yeah, those are half a gallon. So we're going to do, well, I guess we could do a little bit smaller batch, but go ahead and open that. Is it sealed shut? Oh, no, I got it. Okay. So, you want to help do that? Because this is heavy. All right, dump about half of it in there. All right, Gabe is my assistant. All right, that should be good. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to take our lid and put it on. Then we're going to hit yogurt feature, and we're going to keep hitting the adjust until it says boil. Wait a minute. Hang on, I haven't tried this yet. Boil. There we go. So you're hitting the yogurt button twice. Sorry, I saw in one video they said adjust button. I thought they had to do the plus and minus buttons. And then we're going to leave the vent open on it. And it's set. This is going to probably take about 30 minutes. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what's next. Okay, while we're waiting on the yogurt to, well, it doesn't actually boil. It gets up to be about 185 degrees. This is my bok choy. And this, I don't know. There's a couple that didn't come up. So I'm going to replant those. But a lot of them did. And the cabbages that I replanted are looking really nice. They're growing very well. These are the celery and marjoram. I replanted the chives and the lemon balm. We'll see. Hopefully they'll come up. My loofah gourd is doing really nice. And this one is a birdhouse gourd. So I just planted this, so it probably won't be up for a little bit. And we have cilantro that came up back there, if you can see it there. These are all the rest of the cabbages. And they're all doing really, really well, in my opinion. Now, this is my blueberry cuttings, and some of them are starting to bud, which in flower or leaf out just a little bit. And down here, this is what we did last night. Gabe helped me. We forgot to video because, you know, we're silly. But this, all three, so I have 1, 2, 3 of these, and I think they hold like 48, I think it's 48 little pods, little Jiffy pods. Those are all tomatoes. There's 3 different tomatoes we did: a Homestead tomato, Aroma, and a San Marzano. So the Homestead tomato is a really good one for more like eating in salads and that kind of thing. The Romas and the San Marzanos are great for making sauces and tomato sauce and stews and salsas. This is all peppers. So we have, this is a banana pepper. There's jalapeno, a Thai red chili pepper, some sweet peppers in there. And then we also did, and this is all last night we did it. In here is some herbs. There's rosemary, dill, and I think it's rosemary, dill, sage, and then I did a couple of lavenders. And then up here is 2 cantaloupes and 1 watermelon that we have started so far. I need to get a couple more trays, but our shelf is starting to fill up. I'm gonna have to get that new another one of the big lights here soon to be able to put it on that shelf down there with all of those items. And I've only got 1 more shelf down there. And I don't have seed mats, the heat mats for doing those, so I just use a small space heater. And there's also a vent right under the shelf too to help keep everything warm enough so the seeds germinate. But that's our little quick update on how all of our little seedlings are doing. And I think Gabe also went outside and in one of the raised, the planters we have on the porch, he put some carrots out there to see if they get started. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, now that it's done heating up, is I'm gonna put it in a bowl with some ice cold water in order to bring the temperature back down to be right around 90 to 100 degrees. So I'm just taking it out of the Instantpot, and I'm gonna pop it down in here. I'm gonna add a few ice cubes to it as well, and we're gonna let it sit. Should just take about 10 minutes or so to cool down, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now it's right at about 95 degrees in its ice water bath. I did have to change the water once and add some more ice cubes, but you don't want it too hot, otherwise it will actually kill your cultures. Now you can add the cultures a couple different ways. You can do a store-bought yogurt, or you can actually buy a small container of active live cultures. You can purchase those online. I'm sure Amazon has something. I haven't actually looked at where to get them. The one that I got is from Stonyfield. It is an organic whole milk yogurt, and it has 6 different live active cultures. So if you decide to go the route of using a store-bought yogurt, you have to make sure that it says it has live active cultures in it, and the Stonyfield one does. So all I'm gonna do is take a nice big spoonful of it, and I'm just gonna stir that in to my milk. Now, at the end, I'm also going to strain it after doing some research. Homemade yogurt, because it doesn't have a lot of additives to it to make it really thick, you would need to strain it to get that out, or to get some of the whey out. So you need to strain it a little bit just so that way some of the whey drains if you want a thicker yogurt. If you're fine with a little bit more of a runny yogurt, it'd be really good as almost like a yogurt drink because it is really thin. So got that well incorporated. We're going to put it back into, let me dry the bottom off a little bit. I don't want to put it in my Instant Pot all wet. All right, then we're going to close it up. And we're going to hit the yogurt button, and we're going to adjust it for 8 hours and leave the vent open. Oops. And we're just going to leave it sit here and let it go. And once it's done, then we'll take it out and we'll strain it and put it in the refrigerator, and we will have some homemade yogurt. Well, I can tell you it definitely smells like yogurt. And I mean, it's a little thin, but we're going to go ahead and do the straining process with it. Okay, so I have my bowl here with a fine mesh strainer and then cheesecloth in it. I'm probably not going to be able to strain it all at once. So what I'm going to do is dump as much as I can in here, and then I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit and see if it comes out, because it is a bit runny, and I would prefer a thicker yogurt. And let me show you guys down here. You'll be able to see the whey. And the whey is starting to drip out. So I'm going to go ahead and just let this sit for a little while, and then we'll strain some more of it through, and then we'll do a taste test. Hopefully it's as good, if not better, than I think it does, and I can tell you that it does smell really good. Alright, so we're going to taste it. I put a little bit of honey in it to sweeten it. It still has to drain, so what I'm tasting is still a little bit runny, but we're going to taste it anyway. Photo bomber. It's actually pretty good. So I could definitely deal with this, especially since I can't have regular yogurt. I'd be more than happy with this. I think I may have to look up a recipe for some tzatziki sauce and make gyros this week. Make chicken gyros. And then we'll definitely do a recipe video on that one if we do that. But Thanks for watching, y'all, today, and thank you so much for subscribing.
Leave a button, comment, thumbs up or thumbs down. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Bye, guys.